One. This is a meeting of the Southfield Board of Education in public for the purpose of conducting the school district's business and is not to be considered as a community meeting. There is one opportunity for public participation during the meeting, and comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. The board will listen to comments but may not respond during the meeting. If you wish to address the board, please submit a comment card immediately. Roll call. Talisha Belk, Board President.
Good evening, Leslie Lovesmith Thomas, Board Vice President.
Good evening, Yvette Ware Duvall, Secretary.
Nicole Denson, Treasurer.
Amani Johnson, Trustee.
Julian Holloway.
Jennifer Green, Superintendent. Taking minutes this evening is Ms. Carolyn Foster, and technical support is being provided by M1 Studios.
At this time, can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance? Now we will have our board matters. Trustees.
So last week, I believe it was, we had the pleasure, a few of us, myself, Board Secretary, Superintendent, attended the band banquet, their end of the year banquet, and it was so nice. It was truly a celebration of all their hard work, their efforts, and the parents came together and really put together just a really nice event. And for the first time, at least to my knowledge, the students and board members were presented with a collage of all of the different band events that encompassed all the seniors. So it was really nice. The students all received theirs. Mine is at home. We included it in my daughter's end of the year celebration events. And I believe we have some parents here who want to present an official plaque for the board office.
He's their president.
The president, yes, the president of the Booster Club.
Hello, everyone. Good evening, Madam President, and the rest of the board, and Superintendent Jennifer Martin Green, Chief Jackson. Thank you so much for this opportunity to say a few words, to thank you all for your support throughout the year, and to present this plaque to the board and to you all individually. I just want to say that we had an amazing year as the marching band. We are a conglomerate of both schools, Southfield A&T, as well as University High, including our 8th graders at University High. And so it's a big family that includes the students as well as the parents, but most importantly, the students. And we couldn't have made this all possible without the help of the administration. So we thank you so much for allowing us to participate in all of the events, because we know that it starts from there. You know, we fill out that paperwork saying, can we go? And then you say, yes, you can. And then we do all of the other organization behind that. But we just want to say thank you so much. Some of the things, I don't know if everyone is abreast of some of the activities that we do throughout the year. But it started with Labor Day, the UAW parade. We also participated for the second year in a row. We were selected for America's Thanksgiving Day Parade, which was a big hit. And then we rounded out our year by going to Mardi Gras. And we just cannot say enough how much support we received, headed by Superintendent Green. Thank you so much for making it all possible. We really needed that extra support with the transportation, and that subsidizing the other efforts, fundraising, and other funds from our families made it possible for us to go where we participated in 2 parades this year. And this was this was actually our first time back at Mardi Gras since before COVID. So this was a big thing. This was something that these students, it's a group of students that have been here since COVID-21, and they never experienced the Mardi Gras parade. So some of them were a little bit tired, after we did that 7-mile, I think it was 7 miles we did. Yes, per parade. Yeah, so they were tired, but it was a good tired. So we just want to say thank you so much. Also, and I don't want to not say thank you for the Southfield Pavilion. Making it happen, yes. In the past, we have definitely used some of our Southfield partners, venues, and to be able to have it at the Southfield Pavilion, it was just so meaningful, and it was just took us to another level. So we just thank you so much. And we have one plaque specifically for each of you. A couple of them have been framed. The others, you can get a frame of your choice to match your decor at home. But we have one for the board as a whole that you can hang, I guess, in the board office. And then we have one, like I said, for each one of you. And Dr. Green, you can get yours back. And thank you again.
So while she's giving out the plaques, I think it's worth mentioning, I don't know how much of the community knows and understands how much behind the scenes. So Ms. Peoples just mentioned some of the events that the marching band was able to participate in, but many of the members have already been able to be admitted with scholarship opportunities, band opportunities at the collegiate level because of the connections and the networks, the private auditions, and them just kind of bridging the gap for our students, for our graduating, well, our now graduated seniors who are on to the next chapter. And so the marching band, as was mentioned, is collaborative for both of the schools, and I think it's really something, yes, and Mr. Gary works, very diligently, but I think it's something that is worth promoting to our families, that it's really the best of both worlds for the students to be able to participate in the one band, because they have a lot of opportunities that really help take them to the next level. So thank you for your work, and Mr. Gary as well.
Trustees, any additional board matters?
I do have a board matter through the chair. Just real quick, again, as it relates to the band, it is the work of all of the people behind the scenes, the parents that are support of the program, Ms. Peoples, and all of the organizations and groups that she brings together to make this happen. So thank you to all of the people that put the motion and the motor in place to turn that band in the right direction. Just wanted to update you all on GRC, which is Government Relations Committee. The primary focus this month and this year is to make sure that our legislators are aware of the school budget. Typically, our school budget should be approved by the end of July. It has not been over the last couple of years. By the end of June. Excuse me, by the end of June, strike that. By the end of June, and it has not been over the last couple of years. So Michigan schools are entering 2026 budget cycle and facing a real financial pressure and policy risk. Our districts are making hiring, staffing, and program decisions, and it is very difficult without a timely budget. It doesn't align for a clear picture. A late and non-transparent budget process is unacceptable. Funding below inflation is a real cut to schools. The school aid fund must be protected for K-12 students. The state must commit a long-term plan for funding inadequacies and transition of our state's funding to the 21st century and a different weighted formula. There's also a group that have come together in a different state that are working on the IDEA and funding and focusing it focusing that they do cover at least 40% of the funding. And lastly, the GRC will not be meeting for the month of July and August. We will then reconvene in September. And thank you so much.
Good evening. Good evening, all. I have a board update for the university closure, swing spaces, and transition plan. This is for the community, for the board, and as well as the ones that are viewing us. During the closure of the university, parents will have the opportunity to tour the designated swing space locations where students will be housed during construction. The viewing schedule is as follows. Eisenhower, please, Dr. Green, correct me if I'm wrong with these dates. Eisenhower, July 21st. Vandenberg, July 23rd. Southfield Regional, July 20th. These sites will serve as the temporary learning environments for approximately 3 years until the new university building is complete. For the fall semester and moving forward, students will meet each morning at the Southfield Public Library, where district buses will pick them up at staggered times and transport them to their assigned swing space schools. This system is designated to ensure smooth traffic flow and safe, organized student movement. There's a groundbreaking ceremony. The groundbreaking for the new U is scheduled for July the 14th at 10 a.m. The event will include food trucks, tented areas for shade and seating, gift bags for attendees.
Board President, if I may, I think one of the dates you lifted was July 23rd, and just for correction, the Southfield Regional Campus is on July 20th. The 21st is for that of Eisenhower, and the 22nd is for that of Vandenberg.
Okay,
so there is no tour on the 23rd.
Okay, 22nd. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Oh, I'm sorry, this is information I received from the advisory committee. We meet every Monday with Dr. Green and some of the members of the audience here. The groundbreaking is July 14th, 10 a.m., and I explained the other things. This will be community-focused celebration marking the official start of construction. There has been a recurring question regarding whether a movie theater will be built in the new facility.
Please.
No.
Please and thank you.
No. No. Thank you.
Any additional board matters, trustees? Just for clarity, there's no for July 23rd, right?
No July 23rd engagement. And to the lift regarding the groundbreaking ceremony, because there will be limited seating, invitations have gone out and people are RSVPing. If there's someone in the viewing audience that it feels the need or urge to be in attendance, they should reach out to the district immediately.
Through the chair, I have one question as it relates to the move. Will these dates, or have these dates been published?
These dates have been published, shared with the community on a number of occasions, so I'm glad that Trustee Holloway is reiterating that. We've also asked people to RSVP for these tours, and we want people to be mindful that while we are opening the space for them to come in and see where their children will be in the fall, there will still be projects happening at these schools and boxes, because we're moving schools out, we're moving schools in, we're cleaning them, we're freshening them. So if people are coming anticipating a perfectly arranged classroom, they will not see that. So I want to level set with everyone. There will be boxes upon boxes, and there's no food being provided at these tours. The food trucks that were referenced are at the groundbreaking ceremony only. Also, relative to the transportation, we have asked parents to record that information if they are going to need the transportation for the next 3 years for their scholars. So this is a continuation of the conversation as Trustee Holloway lifted. We meet every Monday with no less than 30 people around the table, and this has been ongoing all year and will continue throughout the summer. So thank you for that.
Thank you, trustee. Thank you, Dr. Green. Speaking of tours, since we just lifted those dates, that will be the only date that will be for those specific tours. While I know the community is very excited about all of the things that's happening and all of the changes, please, sir, please, ma'am, do not try to get into our buildings to see all of the changes and to go through. We have explicitly asked, and that goes for staff and anyone else, please do not try to take your own personal tour of the buildings. We have lifted those dates and we'll be happy to open the doors when it is time. Thank you so much. One more lift. Parents, please sign your children out. I know we just have a few more days left of school, but you sending your child a text message saying that they can leave is not adequate. Please come in, please abide by all of the rules that you know that we have set in place so that your children are signed out of school properly. Thank you so much. Now to the report of the superintendent.
Thank you, Board President. This evening, I am very pleased to share with you, present to some and reintroduce to others, an amazing individual serving in our district who provides a plethora of resources to the Thompson community. Miss Christine Jackson, who is one of our social workers who is with us this evening. So if you would, just watch the viewing screen for just a moment, and then we'll have Miss Jackson come up.
Hello, my name is Renetta Washington, and I'm a teacher here at Thompson K-8. I have chosen to nominate Miss Christine Jackson, our school social worker, for the Employee of the Month. Ms. Jackson is an amazing school social worker who makes a huge difference for scholars, families, and her colleagues. She often helps with things that go far beyond academics, such as mental health support, crisis intervention, family communications, community resources, conflict resolution, and creating a safer school environment for all. She is knowledgeable and always willing to go that extra mile for anyone who crosses her path. We are so grateful for everything that she does to support us all. Thank you so much, Ms. Christine Jackson.
Excuse me, Miss Jackson? Yes, ma'am. How are you? I'm well, how are you? Good. I'm here to surprise you as the Employee of the Month for Southfield Public School. Oh my goodness. Congratulations,
Oh, wow.
ma'am.
Absolutely. Oh, wow.
You were nominated by a colleague who said that you make this environment an amazing place, that you are full of resources, and that you handle conflict resolution in a manner that no one else has been able to do. So these are for you.
Wow.
And we'd like to invite you to our board meeting on Tuesday if you are available,
Okay.
so that we can present you to our community as one of the shining jewels of Southfield.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right,
Wow.
Miss Principal Eubanks.
Okay.
Congratulations, Ms. Jackson.
Wow.
Thank you for all that you do for our
I
TK.
love the surprises.
Oh, my goodness.
We'll continue on with our Partner of the Month.
Hello everyone, my name is David Reese. I'm the proud principal of Southfield A&T, and it gives me great pleasure to nominate our Community Partner of the Month, Mrs. Tracy Spencer from Wayne State and C2 Pipeline. C2 Pipeline has been very instrumental in supporting our young adults here at A&T with thinking about transition planning, of career development and future exploration as far as college and career readiness. I truly appreciate Mrs. Spencer's great attitude towards supporting our young people and facing those challenges and giving them some unique skills that they need to transition into the workforce or to think about higher levels of education. Thank you for exposing my young people and being a true partner with us in Southfield A&T.
Green, I needed to see you today.
You did.
You are my partner of the month, Southfield Public Schools.
Thank you. Wow. Wow.
You know your heart is surprised.
I am. No.
You know I've known you for over 30 years.
Absolutely.
And you have always been true to every child that you have ever encountered.
Thank
and
you.
Have very high expectations of them and will not settle for anything other than your best. So thank you for serving our children within Southfield.
Oh, you are so welcome. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank
Miss
you,
Tracy
Angela.
Spencer.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Great, thank you.
Thank you for the service.
And in true Tracy fashion, she came in this evening with more program information and said, I want to put this in the lobby for parents to have resources. And I did ask that she send it to us electronically to ensure that we got it in the hands of our families. So thank you for that, Miss Tracy. Next, the staffing update this month looks a little different. There's been some confusion relative to what positions were available, what positions were not, if we were having a hiring freeze, if we were not. So the hiring freeze was for the duration of the fiscal year 26, so the 2025-26 school year, because we were ending the fiscal year and the school year. So why would we hire additional staff members, one, without having a budget from the from the state of Michigan and not knowing what our expenses will be? Two, we needed to fill positions that existed that we knew of prior to. So as you heard at the last meeting, trustees, we were looking to recommend people for hire for our speech pathology positions. We were looking to backfill other positions. We had some individuals tell us about retirement. We just had a big retirement celebration. So before we could continue hiring, we needed to ensure that we backfilled the positions that we had, look at the student enrollment projections, and then move forward with staffing for the next year. So that is the phase that we are in right now. There have also been questions relative to where will I be next year? We have to follow the collective bargaining agreement language to ensure that we are properly placing individuals. We are having conversations with the SEA relative to that. And as of yesterday, reasonable assurance letters were also going out to staff members. So all of those things are happening in real time. We respect the fact that everyone wants to know, but it is extremely important that we get this right and people are provided with accurate information versus rushed information. Trustees asked of me last year to make sure that this happened in June and not August, and it will happen in June. We are just taking an additional step to ensure accuracy as we go through this process. Any questions, PP?
For clarity, all the staff members will receive these letters. I know they started to go out before the end of the school year, before they leave.
The reasonable assurance letters for the staff members that are slated to return, yes. That is the difference, because there may be some that are not slated to return based on numbers. So they will either get a reasonable assurance letter, or they may get some other type of letter relative to a transfer or relative to separation, which we hope we don't have any right now, but that is why it's so important that we scrub the data before we send someone an incorrect statement or an incorrect letter.
Yes, ma'am.
Through the chair, my request is that if someone is making a drastic shift, that they also be afforded the opportunity of all of the summer PD opportunities. So if I'm normally teaching lower L and I'm going to upper L, or if I'm in a certain content area and I'm going to a different one, that they know of all the PD opportunities.
Yes, ma'am, and to your point, Summer's team has been working very hard at ensuring we have PD opportunities throughout the summer, and then where possible, we are archiving those professional developments so that anyone in the fall say that they want to do an internal transfer per the language in their collective bargaining agreement, we will still have those opportunities available to them where we are allowed under the contract with the vendor, of course. That concludes my staffing report. Next, we have our early childhood report from Dr. Kelly Wash.
Okay, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Superintendent Green, Board President Belk, and all board members. Happy to present the June BUSSY Board Report. Okay, so the director's report this evening will consist of the enrollment updates, including our enrolled and waitlisted information, our average daily attendance, our CACFP data, our URSIA updates, education updates, and our in-kind report. So for our enrollment, I'm happy to announce that throughout the year, we've made steady increases for enrollment. We're at 153 as of May 31st, which is a considerable increase. For our average daily attendance, overall, we, for all three programs for the month of May, we averaged at 83% for average daily attendance. For our CACFP program, we were very fortunate to feed over 5,000 students throughout the month of May, and a little over 1,200 adults. For our URSIA team, we're constantly doing presentations and having activities to support our standard, our SOPs, as it relates to enrollment. And so, as you can see, there's a list of our ongoing monitoring plan for all things URSIA. For education, our highlight for this year was our educators empowering educators as they continue to present during our weekly staff meetings. Happy to announce that we have a teacher who is actually, she's been asked to present for the NACE conference, which is in, I think, November in Washington, D.C. So very proud of their ongoing accomplishments. Next, currently we have our preschool enrichment program and kindergarten boot camp, which two programs that are currently taking place at BUSSY Monday through Thursdays. We have over 50 students, and they're excited about continuing and sustaining their learning. At in-kind, we are a little over 200,000. We're hoping that that number will increase. I know that it will. We're still gathering our numbers and our data. Okay. Are there any questions? Yes.
Good
Vice
evening.
President. Good evening.
Through the chair. So as you're wrapping up and concluding your post-assessments, what trends are you seeing, either developmentally or regarding kindergarten readiness?
Well, as we look at the data for Brigance, we've noticed increases in all areas. So as far as number recognition, literacy, social emotional development, so definitely early intervention is the best intervention. And as far as kindergarten readiness, that data will support them, doing strongly as they continue their trajectory through kindergarten and beyond. So definitely there are increases in all areas.
And are you all providing any type of bridge resources throughout the summer or encouraging for those scholars as they're preparing
Oh,
for
yes.
kindergarten?
That's what our kindergarten boot camp is all about. So we're sustaining their learning. We had a PD for the teachers who are teaching, and it's continuation of high scope. Is that we did a pre-assessment of Brigance before, I think that was June 3rd, and we'll do a post-assessment of Brigance just to see the gains that are made throughout the preschool enrichment and kindergarten boot camp. So those two programs, the parents are very grateful for the opportunities, and they also received at the end of the year kindergarten readiness backpacks with resources to sustain learning as well.
Thank you.
Vice President, we also, as part of our Summer Discovery Grant, did a Rising Kinder component. So we're really excited because we have how many Rising Kinder? 49 signed up for that. So we're really working to bridge that gap. That was one of our goals, to bridge the gap between early childhood and kinder. So
Thank
great
you for
job, team.
lifting that, yeah, Superintendent Green. And during our some of our programs at Bussy, we always promoted that opportunity, and many parents took advantage of that. So I'm happy about that as well. And then I just wanted to thank everyone for your support throughout the year, and I look forward to working with everyone again next year. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Kelly Wash.
Dr. Kelly?
I think, we had a trustee with a question.
Just one question here. Do you do any assessment for the children that need a speech pathologist?
Absolutely. So what we do, we have our child find form. So of course, it's always data driven. If teachers notice that there are some challenges linguistically or even socially that may impact their language development, they do strategies. They talk to parents for at least 2 weeks. Then they complete the child find form. I send it to our Ms. Addison, who is our child find coordinator. They review the information, and then that's when some of the testing and assessments they begin. So yes. Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Really quickly, I just wanted to acknowledge and say congratulations to our graduates of 2026. Job well done. Specifically, the high school graduation was amazing. I just want to say thank you for the building leaders, the administrators, the coaches, the mentors, all of the things, the people who went in their pockets and did all of the things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Those graduations was brand pristine. It was amazing. So thank you to our educators and our leaders, and congratulations to the class of 2026.
And not on the agenda, but with the permission of our board president and permission of the family, we would like to ask for a moment of silence. On the day of graduation, we learned that one of our long-standing colleagues made his transition. This individual had a lasting impact not only on the world of science and our middle school scholars, but on our athletes throughout the district, as this individual served as a coach for many, many years. I've received a number of emails from individuals requesting an opportunity to create a donation for the family. I did obtain the individual's wife's cell phone number this afternoon, so I will be in direct contact with the family. But at this time, if we could just take a moment of silence for Mr. Darren Mosley. Thank you, trustees.
Thank you, Dr. Green. Our action items for this evening, Report 6441.
Thank you, Board President. Joining us this evening is Ms. Kelly Ferguson with Bart Mallow, who will talk to us about the university auditorium elevator renovations and many other items on the agenda.
Good evening, everyone. I know everybody's excited about the groundbreaking at university, so am I. This is a proposal that we are requesting funding for replacing of the existing elevator at university. So in the original package that went out, we purchased 2 new elevators that are going to go to university, which is awesome and great. But for the auditorium itself, we need to refurbish the existing elevators in order to bring it up to code and allow our students to get up to the upstairs where they can work all of the magic and make it not a TV or not a what do you call it? What you guys say? Not a movie theater, but make it movie-like for all of the students and parishioners. So this is just strictly just for the elevator renovation, and we would like to get started on that if it's in your
And in
purview.
full transparency, you will see that this is report 6441, and you may be wondering why it had such a lower number. This item was presented to the trustees some time ago. This is a replacement item. We had to go back out for bid to ensure that we dot our i's and cross our t's. The whole bond project requires a lot of legwork on the back end, and when our legal counsel advises us that we perhaps missed a step, we take that step back to ensure that we are protecting all of the dollars in an appropriate manner. So you already approved this contract, but we had to put it back out to bid to see if there were other bidders that would bid on this project. And unfortunately, there are very limited elevator companies in the state of Michigan. So we did still end up at the same place, but through our due diligence, we wanted to make sure that we followed proper protocol, which is why it's back in front of you today.
And this is an action item? Yes. Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve Report 6441?
Support.
It has been moved and supported. Trustees, are there any additional questions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Holloway? I'm sorry, Trustee Denson? Yes. Unanimous.
Motion carried.
Next on the agenda is Report 6454. Similarly to that of the U, it has a low number because we needed to go back out for bid for the O-House elevator project as well. Once again, we found ourselves back at the same determination after we followed the RFP process as prescribed by law and our bond counsel. So we are recommending a replacement of the original letter, or the original recommendation with this recommendation, which of course is the same vendor, but we do need to have it documented for the minutes that we brought it back before you, having followed the proper RFP.
Correct.
Did I miss anything on that?
Nope.
Okay.
I did say, I should note, the difference between the 2 bid package, as you guys can see, is there's a general trades package for A&T, and that is because we currently do not have any contractors under contract. Whereas with university, our general trades contractor or / architectural trades contractor, they will take on the scope of that is needed for that portion.
Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve Report 6454?
Support.
Motion has been moved and supported. Trustees, are there any questions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Denson? Yes. Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Johnson? Yes. Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Myself, yes, unanimous.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Ms. Ferguson. The next one, 6489 and 6490, were both shared with the trustees at our study session presented to you by Ms. Angela Smith, Director of our Intense Student Support Network. These are supplemental support services for the Special Education Department.
Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve Report 6489 and 6490?
Support.
It's been motioned and supported. Are there any questions? We got all the questions and answers out, didn't we? All right. Hearing none, Board Secretary, please call for the vote.
Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Denson? Yes. Unanimous.
Motion carried.
Thank you, trustees. Ms. Ferguson, you didn't have a lot of time to rest, because next we have the Levy Middle School exterior painting, and that is coming out of bond funds. If you can visualize Levy on the exterior at the very top of the building, it's not called for replacement, but it needs to be refreshed. And if you think about the rest of the building being in pristine condition and the top not having been touched, it's a disservice to the building. So we are requesting approval to move forward with the painting project for the exterior. Did I skip
We
one?
did. No, she's,
90.
So I have 64, 89, and 90.
yeah, that's how I caught it.
Yeah, she called both.
I can't. Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve report 6492 for Levy Middle School exterior painting? It's been moved and supported. Trustees, do we have any questions? Be careful, because the building administrator is here. Any questions? Yes, yes, ma'am.
What is the life expectancy of exterior paint?
The exterior paint, dependent upon weather conditions, is between 5 and 10 years. However, it's important to note that with all of our projects, we have an attic stock of additional supplies. So if there is a chip in the paint that happens between the 1 and 5 years or 1 and 10 years, our district painter can do those touch-ups. Similarly with the other construction projects that we have going on, if there's a tile that needs replacement, we have attic stock of, it's 10% in most, 10% attic stock for all of our projects, so that they stay refreshed throughout the life expectancy.
Dr. Green? Dr. Green, is that warranty in the contract? Will it be in the contract?
These individuals are simply applying the paint, and then they give us the stock. But yes, the stock is in their contract, that they are to leave us a certain amount of paint for touch-up after the fact. They won't come back out every year and do the touch-ups themselves.
No, I was talking about the longevity of the paint.
No, that's the average warranty of paint, exterior paint itself here in Michigan, not from this specific company, just based on weather, and they can't dictate the weather. So just doing the research on what's the longevity of exterior paint in Michigan, it's determined to be between 5 and 10 years.
Any additional questions, trustees? Hearing none, Board Secretary, please call for the vote.
Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Denson? Yes. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Myself, yes, unanimous.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Board President. Next on the agenda is Report 6493, High School Credit Recovery, specifically for that of the summer school through EduSeer, and this is out of the 31A grant, which is at-risk funding. This is recommended for scholars who are credit deficient, and this is our way of helping them to recover these credits during the summer school process.
Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve Report 6493? It's been moved and supported. Do we have any questions?
Yes, ma'am. With the credit recovery, is that for all grades, for everyone to know? Is that for all grades or certain grades?
The credit recovery is for the high school scholars only, because that is where they actually earn credits toward their graduation. The other programming in the district is for pre-K through 8th grade.
Yes.
Thank you, through the chair. How many opportunities do the scholars get to have their credit recovery paid for before parents have to pay for it?
Honestly, it depends on the funding that is available to us. We try to afford them one opportunity at the district's expense, and then if they fail that class without extenuating circumstances, and sometimes that does happen, then the parent is responsible for paying for that credit recovery. But we try to provide them with that opportunity. And again, it's dependent upon the grant dollars that we receive. If the district doesn't receive grant dollars, then unfortunately everyone would have to pay for their own credit recovery.
I think it's just important for those who have found themselves under circumstances to understand that these funds are available right now, but they're not guaranteed. So spread the word if you know any students who are looking to get their credits, recovered, that there's funding available, but,
And please
the
take
one
it
time.
serious.
Yeah,
We
that's what I was
know
gonna
that
say,
something
yes.
happened that put you behind in your credits. This is your opportunity. The saddest time of year is the week or two leading up to graduation, when parents and scholars are calling and emailing saying, can we please have an extension? Can we please walk across the stage? Can we please? This is your opportunity now. And I really want to speak to the freshmen, because this 4 years will go by fast. If you are missing any classes after your freshman year, make them up now. It will compound.
Yes, it does.
And all of the classes build on one another. So by the time you get to your junior year, which is the 11th grade, and you are already missing classes from the 9th grade and the 10th grade, you will find yourself in a hole that's hard to get out of. So please, you know what classes you need now. If you don't, please see your counselor. They are willing to help and get you signed up for these credit recovery courses.
They have 2 half-days left.
I'm sorry, trustee.
They have 2 half-days left to get state home.
Any additional questions?
I was just gonna say, and parents, you bombard those counselors as well. Email, ask for that credit audit, that transcript. Make sure you stay on top of it. Way too often we see coming before us, where they have had, an opportunity to.
Secretary, you need to turn yours off.
Where they've had an opportunity, to make up these credits over the years, and they think they're at a junior and senior standing, but really they're at a freshman. So to the point that the superintendent made. So please, parents, if you need to, take charge.
And I want to give kudos to the counselors, because they have completed all of the audits for all of the scholars at the schools. So that information is readily available.
Did we approve that one?
I don't think that was.
Trustees? It was open and approved. Any additional questions? Hearing none. Board Secretary, would you call for the vote?
Myself, yes. Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Denson? Yes. Trustee Belt?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Unanimous.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Board President. The next 2 items are specific to the board and the Oakland County School Board Association for the spring proposed bylaw changes and the spring proposed new resolution.
Trustees, we all received this in our packet. We also received a Google Doc with all of the answers to all of the questions that we received. Is there a motion to open and approve Report 6494 and Report 6495? It's been moved and supported. Trustees, are there any additional questions that you have? Hearing none, Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Denson? Yes. Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Belt?
Yes.
Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Myself, yes, unanimous.
Motion carried.
BP, if I may double back for just a moment, our esteemed Associate Superintendent of Instruction sent me a message to inform you all that there is an additional layer of accountability built in for the credit recovery. The students must come in twice per week to get assistance in order for the district to pay for it. And if they fail to come in twice per week for that academic intervention, the district will not pay for it.
Wow, thank you.
Nice.
Next on the agenda, Report 6497, the rescinded and revised policies. Per the Neola recommendations, the recension of 1422.02, 1662, 3122.02, 4122.02, and 4362 being rescinded. and built into other policies, and then also per the audit and our wellness team, policy 8510 for adoption. And again, this is the second read for full approval.
Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve Report 6497? It's been moved and supported. Are there any questions or comments? Again, this is our second read. Our first read was during our special board meeting. For about a month.
Right. Board President?
Yes.
I know I sent some questions to you, Dr. Green, about the revisions, but now I see that they have been folded into another policy. So the ones that we're rescinding are the ones that are listed in yellow.
That is correct.
Yeah, thank you.
Any additional questions, trustees? Hearing none, Board Secretary, call for the vote.
Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Smith-Thomas? Yes. Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Denson? Yes. Myself, yes, unanimous.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Board President. Next is Report 64-100, Food Service Contract with Food Service Funds. This is a one-year extension of SFE.
It's been motioned and supported. Any questions, trustees? Any comments, trustees?
I have
I
a
have a
question.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
You
Through
go
the chair.
first. No, go ahead.
No, so, on the Parent Connect, can you explain it, I guess, to me, but to everyone? The item for the food service charge, so let me explain why I'm asking the question, and maybe you can help me. I attempted to pay the balance, but it doubled.
I'm not sure of that technical glitch, but we do have our tech team here as well as our food service team here. What I do know about the food service balance is if a scholar gets a second meal or what constitutes a second item, then there will be a charge placed on the account. The district is only able to cover one meal per scholar, so one free breakfast and one free lunch per day. So if they grab 2 items, then it's charged. If there was a technical glitch that charged you double, then we need to talk to the tech team.
Yeah, I just stopped trying to, but I guess my question is, how are parents notified when there is a remaining balance? How long is the balance allowed to remain there?
So this is the first time that we are charging for the additional meals. Jordan, would you like to come on up? Have the team explain it. They even brought the chef.
That I did. Good evening, board members, Dr. Green, President Belt, trustees. Ask me again. Sorry.
So
How are you
there was a balance on the account. It had been there for quite some time because I'm always on the account looking at transcripts and such. And so with graduation approaching and not wanting to leave anything undone, I attempted to go in and make that final payment, and the exact payment I put in doubled. So I put into the amount, like to the dollar amount, and it doubled, and then the balance was double what it started.
Yeah, so to what Dr. Green was saying, that's not directly involved with us, that's involved with the actual system itself. To speak to your follow-up question to that, which was about how are parents notified, we have been trying to work on that process as we believe that there's a way for an email to be sent out to parents to let them know that they have negative balance in their account. As it stands right now, we are not allowing any student's account to go past $10. And so that way, at the end of the year, the district is not left with a pool of bad lunch debt. So we are working with Oakland Schools and Christian and his team to work on a way to notify parents that we are able to let them know that they have a negative lunch balance so it can be paid immediately.
And for reassurance, students are not being penalized in any type of way. No white bags, brown bags,
No.
pink, yellow, blue,
No.
for having a balance.
Absolutely not. And if a student does have a balance, we're still going to feed them. We're just not going to let that charge go over $10. You know, we're not turning away any students. Students are being fed
We're not
every
denying
day.
them a
Yeah.
meal, so.
Yeah.
I have a quick question. Are we still doing student surveys for the lunches?
That's
And
what-
I say that because it's unfortunate that the children can have free lunch and eat free lunch, and a lot of them are choosing not to. And I think that we need to get more student voices. We said this at the table before, even when we're approving it. And I think it's unfortunate that parents have to buy lunches because children and they're like the groups, we have several emails that come through where children won't eat. They will come home and had not eaten for the day. So I would like to have student surveys done so that we can get the opinion of the children that's actually eating. So I would just like to lift that for us to make sure that we follow through. And I would like to actually see the data behind it, and see how we can get better.
Absolutely. I do believe a survey did go out earlier in the fall, or earlier in maybe in the winter.
I'm sorry, this
Sorry,
rain.
the rain. I do believe that a survey did go out this year at some point to students, and the feedback I was told was shared. I believe that it was about a 50-50 split, maybe like 51 or 52% leaning towards in favor, 48% leaning the other way. We have, compared to what we were dealing with in years past, we went into university, we hired a whole new team over there to ensure that the food was being cooked fresh, to ensure that those concerns were being addressed. We did taste tests, we did menu swaps. We went over there with the entire team. I hired a new chef as well and brought him in and trying to understand exactly what kids wanted. The feedback that we get, a lot of times we want Starbucks, we want Chick-fil-A, we want mom's cooking. We understand that. Some of the parameters that people don't understand that food service is up against when it comes to that is that we have to follow the guidelines of the USDA. So as much as we want to have all the salt, all the sugar, all the butter, all the fat, we're not allowed to put that in the food. And unfortunately, the USDA is continuing to put us under different constraints. So by 2027, we have to reduce by another 7%?
We have to reduce by another 7% for sodium, which will drastically affect some of the taste of the food, but they are going to enforce that. No different than they've been enforcing the sugar, and that they will be enforcing the red dyes and so on in the actual food as food additives. So that will be another thing that's enforced within the next year that we will also have to work with the children to continue and to improve the food that they like and provide them with the quality that they expect. But there is a difference.
Thank you so much for lifting that you do have guidelines that you have to abide by. I'm board treasurer, so we can't have Chick-fil-A like once a week. No, we don't do that.
What we are working, just to continue to lift that, is that we are working to revamp our a la carte menu and our a la carte options to offer different items to students, different schools at different school levels. I know that was me or them. But we are working to revamp that menu for next year so that we have better options for the students, and we're trying to get some surveys out to get those students' feedback on what exactly they want. A lot of popular items, we try to follow food trends as best as we can. So we know that the chicken Caesar wrap was like one of the most popular things out there in this past year, so we're adding that to the menu for next year and a couple of different items as well.
I would like to see a more innovative way to take surveys. At one time, you guys sent the surveys out to the parents. And we don't actually eat the food, and then I know it was sent out to the children. But if we could have something almost like, I'm making it up, a QR code or something when the kids come in.
We have a QR code in the
Okay.
cafeteria. Yes, there is.
So we feel like we're surveying the children that's actually eating the food, so we can get some honest feedback. So I'm looking forward to looking at that data.
QR is available, especially more at the high school level. Obviously, with the constraints that are going to be put on cell phones coming up, that's going to limit some of our ability to be able to connect with the children in that technical manner. So we will have to look at more ways to incorporate meetings with the kids more one-on-one in a group setting or small group settings. We don't just try to 500 students at a time, but that is part of our plan going in to incorporate more smaller group settings, even from smaller age students on up to the high schools.
Thank you for addressing that. And I do want to just say, I've seen progress, I've seen the new chef. I didn't, but I just want to make sure we are having good customer service for those that matter. We are here to service the scholars. Thank you.
Through the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Did we not pay the bill?
With your mic.
I don't know what the problem is.
They trying to censor you.
Maybe it's just mine. So it might be advantageous to have some of these requirements by law on our website so people can refer to them. Because this will.
It's on
It's
our
on there.
website.
Okay,
It's on
because
our
it can
website.
impact funding.
Yeah,
And people
it's on
don't
our
realize that
website.
there's all of these constraints and nuances that we have.
It is on on our webpage. It's also important to note that the scholars were surveyed approximately 2 months ago, and we over-survey our scholars sometimes. We have to be mindful of that, which is why it's so important that we have focus groups. It's different to sit and have a small conversation relative to our likes and dislikes versus that of asking them to continue to take surveys because they get over-surveyed and then they don't want to complete anything and they just go through the checks. So we want to make sure that we get that incorporated as quickly as possible.
Can you speak to the replenishment process? So per day, lunchtime, how are you replenishing, or what's the process or the protocol regarding that? I've heard over time, well, they ran out of this, or I went to the lunch line and they were all out. So how is that happening?
So depending on the grade level and depending on what's being menued that day in that school, that setting, different schools have different options. So if you go into a school like an A&T, I have 5 lines operating at all times. I have a full build your own salad bar. I have a taco station. I have a burger station. I have a main hotline entree station that changes every day. I have a pizza station. Additional with like cold bars as well in between all of those. So they have multiple options. Sometimes we do, one station might run out, but there's still actually more food. There's always more food to be cooked. The students would just have to ask. Obviously, to pull out 200 more sandwiches for the same lunch may not be as the best idea, just for like freshness and quality. So, but we always do have extra food. If you're looking for a K through 5 or a middle school standard where the line is just, they might only have the 2 options that day, there's always a hotline main option, and then there's always a backup secondary option, along with fresh fruit and vegetable bars. So sometimes the one main option may run out, but we have tried to like fix that as far as upping our PARs and understanding our true meal counts, and also try not to waste, because like we don't want to just overproduce food where it ends up just in the trash. So we have been trying to work with making sure that we keep up with our meal counts on a day-to-day basis, and we focus that. So Kim and I, we sit in our office every day at the end of every month, and we update our average daily participation for each building, and we try to make sure that each building is producing at minimum that amount of food every day for each meal period.
So is this something that you collaborate with the office staff with in some type of way to get data, attendance data, to understand how to best prepare?
The data itself comes from MyStar participation and the meal counts that come in directly to the MyStar system. So if it was a matter of a principal wanted to connect us on it, we always be more than happy to meet with our principals as we try to communicate with them and have an open communication policy with them at all times. But for right now, our purposes, no. We strictly just rely on our MyStar data and actually visiting schools and doing on-site reviews and seeing what students are eating and what they're gravitating towards versus what they're not.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yes, sir.
So I have a few questions. Do you all, are the options consistent every day or every week? Like, do you switch up what the menu looks like on a day-to-day or week-to-week basis?
I'm gonna let Kim answer that because Kim writes the menus. So
the way our menus are written is they're on a 4-week cycle, but we do try to do specials. So I will tell you that one that we do try to do, it depends on the school level. So we have promotions that we run. So our big one, like in October, is Apple Crunch. So we work with our elementary schools to do a big Apple Crunch thing across. But with that, we would change the menu. So you would have, for example, since I'm working on new menus, for Apple Crunch Day, we have an apple pancake going on with a compote. So it would be a pancake with an apple compote that will go out across the board, across all schools. With our specials, we try to incorporate more at breakfast where they're getting like a breakfast sandwich. So, for example, it would be like turkey sausage, egg, and a croissant. We try to send those out. Depending upon our school level, some items are more accepted than others.
Got it.
And actually, each location does vary, like what they take. But they are 4-week cycle menus to answer your initial question.
Thank you.
With specials or options built in throughout the year. So we know, for example, that we have a quesadilla day next year. We have a Detroit 313 day that will be coming up. There is a pastry day that's built into a breakfast item, so there the kids will have a mixed berry scone. So this is some of the things that the kids have tried, the students have tried as new items throughout the year. Some stuff has gone over and some stuff they just have not liked, and so they did not like the chickpeas, so that was removed. We tried to do a vegetarian or
I like
based meal of chickpeas spaghetti. We did try
We
it.
don't like chickpeas.
To see, but that did not go over well, so we removed that one.
Great, thank you. And are the menus still visible online for people to
The
see?
menus are visible online, so what happens is our main database system, which is what I work out of, it is linked to NutriSlice. So you can actually go on the school's district website and look up the meals. So I think right now it still says 25, 26. If you click on it, it will take you to the entire district, and you should be able to click on the school that you want to see, and it should pull it up. I know that I'm working with us being at the end of the year, there's some transition going on currently with half days and stuff. So if it's not already up to school or summer school, menus will be posted for the location at A&T that will be there, and then Kennedy and Bussey is on there as well.
Great, thank you. Last question. I know that A&T recently did a food waste audit, so did you have any involvement in that, or any anecdotes from that experience?
We had minimal involvement in it. I answered some of the questions for the Make Food Not Waste group. We did help them find a space in the cafeteria and all that type of stuff. We didn't have that much involvement. I have not received the results. I am looking forward to getting those results and hopefully working more collaboratively with that team in the future.
Great, thank you.
And trustees, I did just verify the menus are online.
Okay, great. Board President, I'd like to ask a question. Mr. Jordan, on the website, I haven't looked at it in a while, but they would have the description of like ketchup in a ketchup container with the pump, and the mustard with the pump, and mayonnaise with the pump. You don't have those.
It depends on the level. We have the pumps, but at different grade levels, and sometimes it's hard for the younger scholars to be able to reach them at the top. So we continued on with the packets in some of those areas. At the secondary level in the high schools, we do have like the pumps, but in some of the areas, you're probably not seeing them, but tend to your granddaughter, we are still transitioning on packets, and we're working on that. It's a new thing for the kids to deal with, and right now, it's for the speediness of a line and getting kids through the line, it's easier just to have them, hand them a packet, open them a packet, versus trying to have all of them trying to stand there and reach up high and trying to use pumps.
If it's a kindergarten student,
Yeah.
sometimes it's kind of hard for them, so then we help them out with the packets.
And there's strength too, because it's
The age of the.
certain pounds of pressure to push down on that pump.
Thank you. Is there any additional questions, trustees? Hearing none, can we call for the vote?
Trustee Johnson? Yes. Myself, yes. Trustee Smith-Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Could you state your reason why, please? In August? True.
It would be for the next
Next
year.
year.
The whole process takes approximately a year. So if we go back out for rebid in August, it will take us until the end of next year to have MDE's approval for whomever the next selected or the continuation would be. So that's where I think the missing piece is. It is not just the process of the Board of Education approving it. We have to go out to RFP, go through the process, then it has to go to MDE for full approval, then it comes back to the Board of Education for approval. So I just wanted to clarify that procedural piece.
And you understand that, correct? And your vote is still no? Thank you.
Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Denson? Yes. That is 6-1.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you. Before they sit down, next we have Report 64101, which is the district-wide community eligibility provision, and this is also tied to the food service fund. And this is to continue to be eligible to feed our children one meal for breakfast, one meal for lunch, regardless of what decision is made in Lansing.
Trustees, is there a motion to open and approve Report 64101?
So moved.
Support.
It's been moved and supported. Trustees, do we have any comments, questions?
So I just want to clarify, since we started this conversation talking about funding, right, or charges to families. So accounts are only charged if students go back
Yes.
to get an additional meal
Yes.
on that particular day.
Yep, so
Okay.
right now, that's the way it's set up. If a student goes back for a second meal and their ID or their student ID is either scanned or the number is entered, what happens is when they go to hit free lunch, it'll flag yellow, and that's an additional charge. That's a second meal. So it's identified that way.
Okay.
And pertaining to your CEP, that has to do with the free, if the district does not meet the CEP standard, then we have to go back to free, reduced, and paid, assuming that Michigan School Meals is not funded again. So that's where we would be. So if Michigan School Meals goes away and you lose the CEP certification, then you're back to free and reduced paid applications for school lunch. The way to fight that is to have the parents fill out the income eligibility forms.
Yeah.
And our suggestion to the district would be to really push that over the summer and have it put in the enrollment packet, because it's not just tied to food service, it is tied to multiple programs in Title I funds, so that your kids do field trips, extracurriculars. There's all types of things that are tied to that funding. So what we have found is that parents don't want to disclose their income on those statements, and so they leave that blank, which makes the entire form null and void. You have to fill out the entire form.
Any additional questions, trustees? Hearing none, Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Trustee Benson?
Yes.
Trustee Holloway?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson?
Yes.
Trustee Belt?
Yes.
Myself, yes. Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Unanimous.
Motion carried.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
The next three items on the agenda are routine this time of year, 64101 and 64102. Well, actually, we just covered 64110.
103,
Yep.
104.
102 and 103 are tightly coupled. Those are the ones that are bank depositories in our professional services. We do those annually every June. That is the listing of all of the financial institutions that we use as a district. There was a question that came up from one of the trustees that I wanted to lift for everyone's edification, and that was, why do we have so many financial institutions that we work with? One is to protect the district's interest and ensure that all of our money is covered under their liability and insurance policies. The other is to not commingle funds, so we have specific accounts for bond dollars, specific accounts for payroll, specific accounts for investments, et cetera. So that is why there are a number of financial institutions listed in 64102. 64103 are our professional services that we use as a district, to include but not limited to our law firms, as well as our auditing services and our architects as identified by the Board of Education. There are no newly identified corporations on either report.
Report 64102 and 64103.
It's been motioned and supported. Trustees, do you have any questions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Trustee Johnson?
Yes.
Trustee Belt?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Denson? Myself, yes, unanimous.
Motion carried.
The next item is particular to that of our student athletes. It is Report 64104. This is our annual Michigan High School Athletic Association membership, which covers us in terms of liability and protections for our student athletes.
It's been moved and supported. Trustees, do we have any questions? Hearing none, Board Secretary, would you please call for the vote?
Myself, yes. Trustee Smith Thomas? Yes. Trustee Johnson? Yes. Trustee Hall? Yes. Trustee Denson? Yes. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Unanimous.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Board President. Similarly, the next item is the Michigan Association of School Boards membership, which provides the Board of Education with levels of protection and legal counsel from Mr. Brad Banasic. That is Report 64105.
Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson? Yes. Myself, yes, unanimous.
Motion carried.
Thank you, Board President. The next one is your assignment for next year. It is her formal notice of required meetings for public bodies. So these are all of the regular board meetings being proposed for the fiscal year 27. And that is report number 64106.
Through the chair. Yes. I'm just going to come again and make the same request as I continue to make, that we approve these dates, of course, and in addition to, we find a way to incorporate at least one of these meetings during the day for our students to experience the meeting. Of course, many of us do work during the day. And so that would be a sacrifice that we would have to make, but I'm asking that this board considers that.
It's a nice consideration.
Maybe a study session. These are just the regular board meetings,
Mhm.
the study sessions.
Yep. Just want to bring it, once again, same time.
Thank you for that lift, VP.
Yes.
The only thing I would ask is that if we decide to do that, that we make sure we at least have a quorum and that we're able to support that.
I'll be there.
All right? Any additional questions and comments?
No.
No, you're not. So that was like layman's terms, but if we do this, y'all gotta show up. Y'all got it. Okay. All right. Hearing none, Board Secretary, please call for the vote.
Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Johnson? Yes. Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Denson? Yes. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Anderson? Yes. Myself? Y'all better show up. Yes. Unanimous.
Motion carried.
I move that we open and approve report 64107.
Support. It's been motioned and supported. Trustees, are there any questions? Again, we've received all of this, and for our viewing audience, if it looks like we're just going through approving a bunch of things, we are, because we've been reading this for about a month now. We've asked all of our questions, and we have all of the answers, almost. So, trustees, do you have any questions? Report 64107. The list is pretty short today. Hearing none, Board Secretary, please call for the vote.
Myself, yes. Trustee Anderson? Yes. Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Denson? Yes. Trustee Johnson? Yes. Unanimous.
Motion carried.
I will go through, thank you, Board President. I will go through the next items relatively quickly because 5A rather, is the quarterly dashboard for the bond project. So you have that in your binder, and that is also for public viewing on our district website. That is just where we are in terms of our project work, as well as the financials, the financial breakdown for the bond. The next item, 5B, is parallel virtual speech language pathology. You had an opportunity to meet them at the study session. That is report 64108. Again, this is just for information. and we will bring it back to you in 3 weeks for a vote, because there is no meeting on June 23rd. The meeting is on June 30th. And you had a full presentation from this organization, so you can have 3 more weeks to review that. The next one, 109, is secondary temporary staffing support. Again, that is general funds, and that was for information as well. 64110 is our clock system upgrade recommendation, and here with us this evening is Ms. Allison Dewar. Oh, and IDS is here as well. Hello. All right. So they will explain that because you've not seen this information before, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good evening. I'm Allison Dewar, Technology Director. I have Trevor Horner. He's with IDS. He's our bond technology consultant. So we went through the RFP process. We issued an RFP on May 5th for clock system upgrades for BLT, Bernie, K8, Levy, and Thompson as part of the district's 2022 bond program. This project supports summer renovation activities and modernization efforts occurring at these buildings with their clocks. So we had numerous discussions with educators. It was very clear that they wanted the analog-faced clocks still in the classrooms. You will see those at Stevenson and Adler, and digital clocks in the common spaces. These would be all network-based clocks. We had a pre-bid meeting on May 15th with 2 prospective bidders in attendance. The 2 responsive bids were received and publicly opened on May 26th. The bids we received, again, 2 VSC at $119,066 and AmCom Incorporated $146,000. The bids were reviewed by representatives from Oakland Schools, IDS, and the district. They had all of the appropriate information when they submitted their bids. VSC submitted the lowest bid at $119,066, which is $26,934 lower than the next lowest bidder. So we're asking for this to be approved, as it does impact summer construction work.
I did just want to pause for a moment because, again, this is information that you're just receiving, and we're trying to get back to the practice of looking at things for information items first and then bringing them back for action. So if it does not go to action until the 30th, you're stating that it will not be accomplished over the summer?
It would be problematic to shift those schedules, yes.
Okay, so just as a reminder, we expect items to come before the board for information, then to return for action after, okay?
The time frame in this situation was due to IDS coming on board and us having to do the project with them.
So if
apologies and understood.
So if it is the pleasure of the board, please consider this for action this evening.
I don't.
It is
This
bond dollars. It is
correct?
bond dollars. And they did follow the full RFP process as outlined by Ms. Dewar this evening.
Unfortunately for me, I would like to see something in writing to look at the bid.
Oh, you don't have the report in your binder? It's in the
Is
back
it
of your
back?
binder. It is. It's on page 44 and 45.
I'm sorry, hold please.
It's right there.
Oh, okay.
So,
And just one more question. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't see you. BOT, you said, so this is Bernie, Levy?
Levy and Thompson.
And
yeah,
Thompson.
sorry, we're using OAC lingo,
That's okay.
bond lingo. Bernie, K8, Levy Middle School, and Thompson, K8.
See, these are all the questions we would have asked if we would have known. Quick, another question. Is it normal for this 26K, such a big difference? It looks like you guys did the RFP process, so I'm okay with that, because you did everything. But the difference between VSC and AmCom is a $26,000 difference. Is that about normal?
Yeah, you'll typically see
Okay.
that range of you'll typically see that range of difference depending on the bidder for the projects, depending on what scale of the project. We've seen things from, smaller projects where one bidder came in at 96,000 and the next bidder came at 250,000. And when we see those, we go into the bill of materials, we go into how they've come together to come to that price, and kind of go through and dig out, like, okay, is everything in your bill of materials? Did you read through our specifications, look at our drawings, and do the due diligence to determine that, yes, everything inside our scope is covered in your bond or in your bid project? And then we present that to Allison and we discuss it.
Thank you. That was the answer I was looking for.
There is, and I want to say 3 to 5 years. We can get that information for you, though.
All of our contracts,
Yeah.
I will say, we
Minimum
have a
is 3.
minimum of 2 years built into every one of our construction contracts.
All right, trustees, any additional questions? Great job answering those questions. Hearing none, Board Secretary, please call for the vote.
Trustee Smith Thomas?
Yes.
Trustee Bell?
Yes.
Trustee Yes. Trustee Holloway? Yes. Trustee Johnson? Yes. Trustee Denson? Yes. Myself, yes, unanimous.
Motion carried. Thank you.
Thank you very
No
much.
problem.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, guys. Thank you.
And you'll love the clocks. Check them out.
I saw all the educators doing this in the audience. I'm like, let's just let them get what they want. All right, at this time, we're going to turn it over for our financial report and monthly bill disbursement for our board treasurer.
I didn't know clocks were so popular. Good evening, good evening, everyone. The board will continue, and the district will continue reviewing year-end financial projections and the 2026-2027 budget to ensure that the district remains fiscally responsible while supporting student programming, staff, and operational needs. A detailed financial discussion will take place on Tuesday, June 30th, when we will present the final 2025-2026 budget and the adopted 2026-2027 budget. That meeting will provide an opportunity to review the numbers in greater detail and answer broader questions. That is what I have at this time.
Thank you, board treasurer. Any questions, trustees?
Through the chair. Have we started asking the schools to compile what their projected zero-based budget might look like for next school year?
Actually, those have all been submitted. Our administrators did an amazing job working with their building level teams, and all of those have been submitted to the finance department to compile for the larger budget.
Okay, and we'll get a chance to see those at the
Each
20th.
individual school, usually we just present the district budget, not each individual school.
I think it would be worthwhile to see the individual schools.
I'll
and
talk
how
with the finance team.
And how it aligns to their student enrollment count.
I'll speak with the CFO. Okay.
Thank you.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
The 18th. You'll have plenty of time to review and ask questions. We just ask that you get the questions to us in a timely manner for proper responses.
Yes.
I don't know if there is.
Trustees, I would say if we could
Thank
get
you,
them
Board
in by the
President.
23rd.
Because that was the date we were
Because that was
scheduled
the
to
day that
meet.
we were scheduled to meet. If we can get all of the questions in by the 23rd, then we can review everything that she's sent over to us. And if we have additional questions, it'll give us time, because on June the 30th is the last day that we can take this vote. So per law. So I want to make sure that we have the questions, we have the answers, and that we can get it done. So the 23rd would be my recommendation to the board. Any additional questions? All right, public participation. If you wish to address the board regarding a school-related issue that has not yet been resolved by school administration, please submit a comment card immediately. Comments are limited to 3 minutes per individual. As a matter of fairness, speakers with complaints against individuals are asked not to mention any persons by name. Complaints concerning employees pursuant to Board Policy 9130 should be brought to the attention of school principals or other administrators before coming to the Board of Education. Your cooperation is appreciated. Mr. Martin Hawthorne, please state your name and address for the record. And you have 3 minutes. Thank you.
My name is Martin Hawthorne, address 17709 George Washington in Southfield. Ms. Superintendent already spoke a little bit about my coach, Darren Mosley. Hundreds of kids is an understatement. We talking about thousands of kids he was able to impact, keep in school. I have 10, 15 people in my phone trying to come back from different states just to be in his service, and I'm in contact with Jake and Josh, his kids. They holding up, they cool. You already spoke about possibly helping out the family. Another thing we wanted to do is go to the field that he built with his own 2 hands, literally. I think it was 2008. He dug up the field and laid the sod himself. Every day he was up there watering it, fertilizing, seed, everything, digging every little weed. I mean, that field stayed pristine for 10, 15 years because he was up there doing the work. And that was just one small thing that he did. So we wanted to get his fraternity brothers, all the students, all the kids up at that field for like a barbecue, if that's possible. And I mean, since you already addressed that, that was really the only other thing that I really came here to talk about was that. And if that's possible, we like to do that. I'm already talking with Jake and Josh. We're gonna get all of the hot dogs, hamburgers. We gonna in his garage. There's 1,000 bats, balls, gloves. So we were all gonna take batting practice and just talk and have fun and remember them. So I just wanted to stay and say that. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you so much. And not to respond to public participation, but I just want to let anyone know to please contact the Office of Superintendent for all of those arrangements, as well as Chief Jackson, and we appreciate that.
Thank you, BP. That's what I was going to say. James Jackson should be here somewhere, and he should be able to speak with them regarding that matter.
For the good of the order, trustees.
To the chair.
Yes, ma'am.
Just as we were concluding remarks about the band, Mr. Gary walked in, so I just think it's just, if we could just have Mr. Gary stand up really quickly.
All right, good evening, everyone. My apologies, I was hoping to get here. I had a dentist appointment, I've got some throbbing going on, but I wanted to be here so I can personally come and say thank you to the board, to Superintendent Green, Chief Jackson, for always answering my phone calls and things like that. But your support, we could do none of the things that we've been able to do throughout the course of this year. I'm very proud of our marching band. We've done a lot of things, and people know about New Orleans and some of the Thanksgiving Day parade and things like that. But even within our Oakland County schools, we were able to go to Lake Orion and come in with an HBCU style and do a marching band exposition there, as well as West Bloomfield. We was able to go there as well and do MSBOA marching band. And we received superior ratings at both. So just wanted to let you know, outside of some of the trips and things that we've done a lot of things within our own county that we may not have recognized. But just wanted to personally come by. I thank Ms. Peoples for presenting you with the collage today. But I wanted to personally, again, just come and say thank you for your support. The band, I was going to bring the marching band in out, and if I could have brought them in to play and things like that. We talked about it. Yeah, but we'll do it another time. But I just wanted to say thank you, all right? All right.
And thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Geary, for your hard work and dedication to the band. We hear it a lot. Like, we get a lot of complaints in the district. The band is not one of them, so thank you. We get a lot of great news when we hear from that, so thank you for being an amazing leader. You hear the same thing, and it's consistent, that you're an amazing leader, that you pour it into the children, that you take it serious, that you make them feel like it's a family. So I just want to personally say thank you, and thank you for having amazing leadership. Thank you. Anything else, trustees?
Yes. All scholars due to the heat, and then Thursday is the last day of school, and that was already a half day with an 11:30 dismissal.
And the Thursday is for the entire district,
Okay.
half day. So just for clarification, university has half days tomorrow and Thursday. A&T, because they're taking final exams, already had a half day tomorrow and Thursday. And district-wide, which is the last day of school, which is the 11th, everyone has a half day dismissal.
Thank you guys for lifting that. On future meetings, Thursday, we just talked about it. It's the last day of school. Oh, wait. Okay. All right, last day of school, June 30th, we have our meeting here at 5:30, Truth and Taxation. Also on the 30th, we have our special board meeting that will start at 6 o'clock. Y'all so good. At 6 o'clock p.m.
And we have a birthday.
I just want to say happy birthday to our amazing
You
board
forgot you had a birthday.
president.
I forgot.
No, thank you.
She is such a servant leader, aside from being my sorority sister, but I still love her so dearly. And we all do, we all do. We all do. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Trustee Holloway, you ain't know it's the 26th, honey. Okay, 26. The old me will be doing a countdown, but when you start getting older, you don't count down, you just forget. So thank you to each and every one of you guys. I'm looking forward to continuing to work with you guys, and meeting adjourned. We're late. Meeting adjourned at 8:42.